Yeah, I think we have completed this 8th session actually on export access methods. Okay. So today we will see the methods actually. Okay, so that is so get attribute is display is enabled. I think is displayed out 2 times. Okay, is enabled is selected also. And get CSS. Okay, so these are some of the methods in Selenium. So let's see like how it is going to work actually. So before that, just creating the package, and yeah, let's take this particular class name, and we will modify. Okay. That's, yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, we'll do one thing. I think we already have that one of the website I told, right? So there is that. Yeah, this one. Okay. So let's open that. Okay, so we got this website. So what we have to learn today is the methods. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go to the module. Okay. Yeah, so get the attribute means so we have attributes, right? So attributes like ID, name, so class, value, type, what else like. So these are all attributes. You can get it any attribute. Okay, I'm just listing down a few here. So you can get the value of the attribute. Attribute values we can get through this method actually, like example. Okay, so I just gave an example. Excellent. Okay, so these are some of the attributes. Okay, so we can get them like, okay, so let's check the attributes. Okay, so example, I'm just right clicking on my bicycle. Okay, so there's a checkbox. Okay, let's bring this down. Okay, now for this particular checkbox, we have a IDs, ID, type, name, value. So these are the 4 attributes we have actually. Okay. For example, so there is a new text box. Yeah, there is a text box here. So text box we have tag name as an input, attribute is type, ID is its attribute, and name. So these are the attributes, the orange color and the pink color font, it is a tag name. Okay, so if you take our hotel application, so this is a hotel application, right? So if I inspect on username text field, so here we have input type, name, ID, class, value. You see here value. So value, it is not showing anything. Okay. So what we will do is let's automate this one actually. Okay. So I'll just go here and yeah, I think we already wrote an code actually, right? So that's good actually. Okay. So Yeah, so we are launching here sending keys. So once you send the value, I'm not clicking anything. So let's comment out these two. Okay, so after I send as a manual test. So if you want to get this value back, okay, that means if you enter some text and if you want to get that back, we have to use value attribute for that. Okay, so sometimes we use that for cross-checking whether correct value is entered in the text box or not. Okay, so for that one, what you can do is you can put a system.out.println and you have to give that object name till now here and get the attribute. So where is that get attribute? This one. Okay, and it is asking to enter the string. The string is nothing but value. Oh, I think they decrypted this one. The method get added from the type element is decrypted. Yes, so I think they decrypted this. Okay, in latest version they decrypted this, but they are giving here get this as value, get text, get accessibility value. One second. They decrypted this actually. So they are not using this anymore. Okay, that's fine. So if you're not using it, that's fine. Okay, you're not using it. So but I think still we can use like, okay, so web element. Okay, what happened? I'm not getting that. Okay. Okay, so we have to remove this here and we have to add it for web element. Okay, so oh, oh, right. Okay, so you can just use this one like this. Okay. Right. So it will give you the value actually. Okay, so if you use the older version of the Selenium, so you'll get to know like what is the use of this get attribute. So I'm just running my code. Okay. Okay, so this is how you can get the value. Okay, so like that, you can use ID. So if you want to know the type, okay, what is the type of the attribute value? It should get as a text. Okay, so you can get that actually. Okay, so we can get the value of the attribute. So that's how it is going to help actually. Okay, yeah, see, got a text. Okay. So that is the main use actually using this get attribute. So that's the reason they named it as an attribute. Attribute means ID, name, class, type, value, all these things actually. Okay, that's the one thing. And we don't use much, but if you want to cross check something like what is there inside the HTML content. In that case, you can just use a get attribute. Okay, so there is a three methods which are very useful. That is display, is enable, is selected. Okay, so is display means verify if object display on the screen. Okay, and is enable. We already know verify if object is displayed and enabled on the screen. Okay, and is selected. So verify if radio button or checkbox is checked or not, checked or unchecked. Okay, so that's what it is going to verify is select. Get the CSS value. So this is important. Okay, so get the CSS value. So it will get the style attribute value or background color. So if you want to check any colors or font, okay, not only colors, font type, okay, so all these things, then you can use get CSS value. Okay, so like if you want to get the font size, font size also, fine, fonts. Okay, so using these, you can get the font of the size, color, background color. So all these things, if you want to get it, you can get it through get CSS. So this is very important. So if you want to compare the font color, font type, and all, then you can use get CSS value. These three are also useful, but generally we use it for a object. Okay, something like I'll just go back to this page because this is having some radio buttons and checkboxes. Okay, so let's inspect this one. Okay, and this is not checked actually. Okay, so what I'll do is I will create a separate method here. Okay, so I'll create a separate method, public static void. So is display enable select. That is a method actually, and yeah. So let's take this web page and copy this one, paste it here. Okay. Yeah. So I want to launch this web page. So now I want to inspect this and find. So we already have ID here, so that's fine. Okay, I got an ID. So I can say that I will use a web element checkbox 1 equal to driver dot find element by dot ID. So let's give the ID value. That's it. Okay. So now I can use this as is displayed. Okay, so whether it is displayed or not, if you see here, it is returning the Boolean value. Okay, it's a Boolean value. That means true or false, it is going to get you. Okay, so let's put it in a system dot out dot println, and I will say that checkbox 1 dot. Yeah, okay. So I'm just checking the checkbox. whether it is displaying on the screen or not. Okay, so if it displays, it gives you the true. If not, it gives you the false. The true. So if object is not displayed, so then it will return the exception. Okay, so because if it is not displayed, it will display, it will not give you false, it will give you the exception. Okay, so that's how it is going to work actually. Okay, true value it is going to display if it is displaying on the screen. So next one is enabled. So if it is enabled, I think this website they might have given some disable also, like for testing. Oh, there is no disable. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think there is another website also. Let me check this one. Table date picker. Okay, I will check that. Okay. So if there is a disabled also, we can just check. Okay. Yeah, so this is enabled. So again, I'm running the code. Okay. So this is enabled. Okay. So if it's going to be disabled, so it will display as a false. Okay. So is enabled means it will give you the false. Okay. If object is disabled. Okay. In that case. So opposite. Okay. So next is a checked. So this is important actually. So generally we use before clicking on the checkbox. So if you want to cross check whether checkbox is checked or not. Okay, so there are two ways. This is a one way to check it whether it is checked or not. So false, it is not checked. Okay, so not checked, checkbox. Okay, so if you try to click it, okay, so dot click means it will check, right? So this is clicking on the checkbox, and then again you're verifying the status. Okay, so this time it uh, should show as checked. That is true. You checked, yes, true. Okay, earlier it was so they were giving a yes or no actually. I think some 0 and 1. Okay, they changed it actually. True the boolean. Okay, see now it is checked and now it is true actually. This is the true. Okay, is checked. So yeah, if you check this one and inspect this one, there should be some checked option also. I think for some of the objects only they are showing. I think. One second, let me just go back here. Log in. Let me select some hotel. Okay, radio button. Online click. Okay. One second. Let's go back. Here also we have one checkbox. Inspect. So type value. Okay. So if you check this, inspect. Okay, so they're not changing it. Actually, there should be some check code. Okay. So we'll do one thing. So dot get attribute. We were using get attribute, right? Checked. I think something checked they were showing earlier, but now I'm not seeing that in attributes list. Let's check that. Okay. Yeah, I think true. It is showing true. You see, you can use this also. Checked. Okay. The same thing if you use before checking it. Okay. So simply you can write down here if you are not familiar with the checked before click. Checked after click. Yeah, run one more time. And yeah, you see here it is giving null and it is giving checked. So you can use this also. So if it is not checked, it is returning null actually. Okay, so if it is checked, it is giving true. Okay, so we were using this get attribute also sometime back. Okay, so but they changed it now to is selected. Okay, so you can use is selected instead of getting it through runtime. Okay, so if you want to get the value through runtime, you can use get attribute and do that. Okay, yeah. So this is for checkbox. Okay, so similarly, so for radio button also can use that. Okay, let's. Okay, so these are radio button magazines. Okay, so inspect. So ID, it is showing ID. Let's go for an ID. Okay, right. So then you can use same concept again. Okay, so you're not changing anything, right? I'm just copy pasting it. Okay, so this is not a checkbox. This is a radio button. Okay, so this for radio button, and let's make it as a checkbox. Right. So this is for radio button. So both are same. So radio button and checkbox, but you cannot uncheck it actually. Okay. So it's opened and yeah, so it clicked. So true, true, false, and the same process. Everything is same actually. So how it is working on the checkbox. So same thing is going to work on your radio button also. Okay. So it's a very simple concept, but more important one is get CSS value. Because these are very simple actually. Anyone can use that. Now let's close everything. Okay. So now this is I have. Okay. So I'm just inspecting this. And you see on my right hand side, this panel, it is showing font weight, box sizing, font size, font family, color. There should be some background color if there is a background color. Okay, I think no background color. Okay, background color. Okay, one second. I think we can just check the uh, colors related objects. Let's check this. There's a background color. Yeah, there's a background color. Button face. So we can get all these attribute values. I mean, like this one. Okay, you can get the background color. So it gives you button face. Okay, let's check that. Okay, so I'm just creating another method. public static void get CSS value method. Okay. So you're able to get it, right? So you're able to understand. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
You're able to understand, right? What we are doing here. No?
Yes, I get.
Okay. Very silent, everyone. So I'm just checking. Okay. So I just wrote the object here, identified my object. So now what I'll do is I will use system.out.println and I want to get the background color. So what I have to do then, there is no background color here actually. Okay, so get the background color, nothing is there. Okay, so you have to use get the CSS value. Okay, property name, it is asking property name, you see here. So these are all properties actually, style properties. Okay. So now you can use double quotes and do one thing, you need to double click and get it here. Okay, so don't type your name. Okay, so don't type the names. So better just copy and paste it, because sometimes we make some mistakes, right? So yeah. Okay, so this is fine. So then now just comment out. Yeah, you are good now. Okay. So run your code. Okay, so it is running your code and it is giving you the background color. Okay, so this is RGB29. Okay, so if you want to cross check that, so what you can do is you can just open. So compare RGB color models or something. Okay, so you can just check that. There are different websites. Okay. The color models. Okay. Where you can give the ID. Hmm. These are not coming. Should be very good. Used something else. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I just used something else. Okay, so you can just type this. Is that? Oh, okay, so same. Everything is same. This is the one. So this is the background we are getting it actually. So you can just cross check actually. Okay. And sometimes there will be an ID. So you can just pass that ID also. Okay. So this is how you can get the background color. Okay. So similarly, you can get the font size, everything like font family. Okay. I think there is a font family also. Second. Okay, so there is background font family also is there. You can just check that. Okay, so background color generally we do that. Okay, and yeah, so font family. There is a font family also is there. You can single click. So you should get that. Okay, so here. So all style attribute that is property names, you can get it through the get CSS value. CSS, they are all CSS actually. Okay. So there is no specific method to get to that. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you can get it actually. Okay. Right. So they already gave. I think somewhere they gave that. Okay. So font family. I think just saw that somewhere. Okay. Yeah. So you can get it everything like all these styles are there. Right? Style property values, you can get it through this get the CSS value. So this is important, okay, comparatively the other. Okay, right. So any other question you have? I think I wrote this description also. You can use any colors, background colors objects, and you can just give it. Okay, so for your applications. Okay. So out of this, this is very important. So generally, we compare the colors in some cases, right? At that time, this is going to help you. So you get CSS value, it will get the runtime style attributes actually. We call them like a property names, and its values actually. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, anyone is having any doubts, just let me know.
Venkat,
Yeah.
is enabled is to return true or false, right?
Yeah. True or
Okay.
false.
Okay, can we use the is enabled for a list of web elements if you find multiple web elements?
Okay, multiple, if you want to know each and every object is enabled or not, right? That's what
Yes,
you're.
yeah, yeah. You have
Yes,
multiple checkbox, right?
yes,
Bicycle,
yes. Yeah,
cycle.
yeah, yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that, but you have to write a logic for that actually. I already said about the list concept. So what you can do is, let me just give you some overview. First one, right? So if I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 are there. So if I want to get 8, what I have to do? So first of all, I should know uh, the group actually. I mean, like the common group of these particular checkboxes. I think they gave two-wheeler vehicles here. And similarly, if you drag four-wheelers, two are there actually. Okay. But if you see, I think the class name, they're given a common one. Okay. And there is check type. Okay. You can use a check also. Okay. So how you can write your code? So you can just go back here. That's a good question. So you can just go back here. So public. static void get all checkboxes. First of all, you have to get all the checkboxes, right? You should get that uh, count, okay? List. So web element checkboxes equal to driver dot find elements by dot find elements, okay? So by dot so what you can use the common one there uh, there is no checkbox, right? So you can use checkbox, okay? Input to checkbox, okay? Then you can use like this, okay? By dot x path, you can use double slash input at the red type equal to checkbox. So first of all, you have to get the size, okay? So it will get you all the checkboxes on the web page, okay? The system dot println, you can use checkboxes. Boxes with size, that's it. So let's get the size first of all. This is the one, right? Okay, so this one. Right, so quickly run this code and see what is the output we are going to get. Okay, so first of all, we have to get the size. So if you get the size, it will be easy. So if you don't get the size, you have to work for size 8. Okay, so let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get the name also for each and every one. Okay, so now you can use for int I equal to 0, I less than. So this is the one size. Okay, I plus plus. So system dot out dot println, and what you can do, check boxes dot get int of I dot get attribute. So what is that? I think some value they have given. Value bicycle, tricycle, bike, and like that. I think hatchback or something. Hatchback, sedan. Okay, right. So then I can give value. value. Okay. Right. So I'm just getting the name. Okay. So first of all, I want to check whether it is getting a proper count and the values. Okay. So that's how you have to write your logic. Yeah, I got everything. Like bike, tricycle, bicycle, tricycle, bike, hatchback, sedan, vans, CV truck. That's it. Now you can check whether it is enabled or not. Got it? So same like is display, is enabled, sorry, is enabled. It will check each and every checkbox. Got it?
Yeah.
So you can use same. So with single one run, you can easily get it everything. That's it. Now you can run your code and see whether it is enabled or not. That's it. And check also you can verify, cross check, okay, whether it is checked or not by default. So something like it should not check, and if it is showing check it, that's yeah, I think you can just comment out that value. That is just for our cross checking. Okay, we don't want to display any names there. Yeah, true. That's it. So it's a true and it's a false, enabled false. I think somewhere it is a false. Oh, okay. This one is a disabled. If you see here for testing purpose, they have disabled it actually. See, this is a disabled. Got it? So this is how you can check it actually. Okay, that's a good question. Okay. Yeah, so until unless you're good in logic, writing the logic, it will be good. Okay. Yeah, and, just ask me any questions if you have. Otherwise, in the next session, we'll see about the mouse actions. That's a different topic. No questions?
No, okay.
Okay, good. Okay, then see you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Venkat.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.